Hey guys, Empanada Report here. With any tragedy, any disaster, there's always the profiteers. And with the new Chinese coronavirus epidemic, they're surfacing all over the place. Even right here on YouTube. There's this YouTube channel called Peak Prosperity that's been getting hugely boosted by the algorithm all of a sudden in the last week. It went from being a channel about dumb self-help / entrepreneurship type garbage that would get like 5 or 10,000 views per video to suddenly getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in just a couple of days. All of these new, suddenly successful videos are about the coronavirus epidemic. Since everyone's searching for it, the terms are trending, and it's getting hugely boosted by YouTube's algorithm. Now, there's nothing wrong with just talking about what's going on and all that, but these videos are so huge specifically because of the clickbait titles and thumbnails, which are just blatant fear-mongering while the presenter presents himself as a doctor and a scientist. He's Chris Martenson, who according to his Wikipedia page, and I'm not actually sure why he has a Wikipedia page because he's not exactly a notable person, has a PhD in pathology and an MBA. There's nothing there about him being a practicing scientist or even having worked as a scientist, yet he nonetheless titles his videos stuff like, "Coronavirus is worse than you've been told. Scientist explains," and "Coronavirus update from scientist Chris Martenson." He also introduces himself as doctor in many of the videos, without clarifying the fact that he's not actually a medical doctor.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Martenson of Peak Prosperity. I'm here with the most important update out of all of the coronavirus series that we've done so far.
Yeah, technically he does have the right to use a doctor title if he has a PhD, but let's not pretend that he doesn't know exactly what he's doing here. It gives any viewer clicking in from the algorithm who doesn't actually know who he is the impression that he's a medical doctor, and thus a more trustworthy source on the virus. So he's trying to cash in by dishonestly framing himself as a trustworthy expert, while essentially making it sound like some sort of zombie apocalypse scenario, all while making sure to plug his website and his YouTube as the top #1 coronavirus sources.
So I'm here to cut through the noise and give you the information you really need. To get more updates, please come by Peak Prosperity, and you can get a lot of information there. We're updating the site constantly, hourly, about this particular development right now. As well, we have a place for subscribers who want to go in a little deeper and get some good advice on what they can do about this. Now,
so basically, it's a guy with a small, failing YouTube channel, kinda like me, who's found his ticket to the big time and he's milking it every step of the way. With multiple videos every day where he seriously makes it sound like everyone in the world needs to start stocking up for the upcoming apocalypse. To be exact, he's posted 14 videos in 1 week. All of which have way more views than his usual video performance. He tells millions of viewers that he's absolutely sure there's going to be some sort of world-ending pandemic, and directs people to a paid article on how to prepare for this pandemic on his website. Literally telling people to stock up for what he makes sound like an apocalypse, and even telling people not to go to the hospital.
Should the pandemic come to where you are, steps you should take, and you should really be prepared to self-treat as much as possible at home. Don't go to the hospital was his advice unless you really have to. That's something I think people in China are already discovering. As well, you got to prepare for this. Food, water, the basics. We have a nice list there of things you should consider, and it's just basic precautions.
This is actually dangerous stuff coming from this guy's mouth. We can get a sense of the panic that he's instilling in the unfortunate viewers being directed to his videos by the algorithm by reading the comments. This is actually the beginning of every pandemic apocalypse movie ever. Watch Contagion. It's happening. It all started when a Chinese person coughed inside a subway, then it spreads like wildfire. Stay safe. Just got my hazmat suit and respirator from Amazon today. Smiley face. Oh my god. Something was telling me that the media and governments were not telling us how serious this virus really is. Thank you so much for coming out with this. It confirms my suspicions. I'm going to avoid public places unless necessary. I already started stocking up on food. So yeah, this dude along with others on YouTube are profiting massively and shamelessly from this doomsday fear-mongering, and not just from YouTube monetization itself, but also from massively growing their profiles from doing so, and from literally directing people to off-site paid guides that they say will save them from the coronavirus pandemic. It's utterly disgusting. Chris Martenson, you're not a scientist and you're not a medical doctor. You're just a random guy with no shame whatsoever. Empanada Report out, folks.